The divisional test rolls on. The Braves return to the site where the division title slipped away a season ago. They were met with a rotation put together to separate the two teams. There was a clear separation, and a clear path to the division title followed. One season later, they return, and the rotation is ready and waiting. After 21 wins in the first 30 games of the season, things get a little tougher for the Phillies as they get set to begin a 3-game series tonight at Citizens Bank Park against the Atlanta Braves. And both these teams are red hot. Over the last 5 for the Braves and 6 for the Phillies, each team with 5 victories. Both teams are hitting the ball well, and of course, both teams are pitching well. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom McCarthy, along with Gary Matthews. Wheels will be here in just a little bit. Well, these two teams, Sarge, have faced each other already this year. In fact, it was the Phillies who had the upper hand down in Atlanta, taking 2 of 3.
Yeah, well, they sure did. But again, this ball club is pretty tough on the fighting fields, the Atlanta Braves. And why? Because of the pitching there. Take a look at game 1. Cliff Lee thought he pitched better than what the game came out. Why? Balls like that should have been caught there. That ended up scoring 3 runs. End up getting a double out of that. Chipper Jones did. Game 2 right now. Take a look at this, and the fastball goes by the hitter. You got to like the spirit there of Oswalt. And here's a grand slam by Carlos Ruiz there. He's been chipping in, hitting, learning how to hit. Thought he came into his own the last couple of years. Now here's game 3. Cole Hamels off to a terrific start. Changeup has been just great. Throwing a lot more strikes, I think, this year. And more so, I think, Tom, just a lot more confidence as he starts to throw that ball.
Well, he finished off the series for the Phillies. They took 2 of 3. Now, the numbers for these two teams, Sarge, are very similar when it comes to the pitching.
Well, it sure is there. You look at that average there. There's only 234 there for the fighting fields. But again, what I like, look at those strikeouts there. Not a lot of walks by either one of these clubs as well.
Yeah, the Phillies have played 3 less games than the Atlanta Braves as far as the pitching numbers go. Well, we'll see what happens this weekend. Game 1 of this 3-game series is coming up in just a little bit. It will be Derek Lowe on the mound for the Atlanta Braves, his second start of the year against the Phillies, and the same for Cliff Lee, his second start against the Atlanta Braves. No doubt Raul Ibanez is swinging the bat better than he has this entire year. We'll see if it continues. The lineups and first pitch when we return. against the Atlanta Braves. Their next 20, well, the opponents get a little more difficult for the Phillies. In fact, the winning percentage of the next 20 games, the opponents in the next 20 games, is over .560. But the Phillies begin play tonight 2 games up in the National League East over the Florida Marlins. Let's take a look at the National League East standings as we get set for game number 31 on the season. 2 games up over the Marlins, 4.5 over the Braves, 7.5 over the Nationals, and 8.5 over the Mets. And, you know, it's a good thing the Phillies have won 5 of 6 on this homestand, because the Braves have won 5 straight after losing the first 2 on their last homestand. Let's take a look at the Braves lineup for tonight. It's brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off in left field, Martin Prado. Alex Gonzalez, the shortstop, bats second. Chipper Jones hits third, followed by Brian McCann, the catcher. Dan Uggla's over at second base. He'll bat fifth. Freddie Freeman is moved up to the 6th spot. Joe Mather starts in right field for Jason Hayward. He'll bat 7th. Nate McLeod hits 8th. And batting 9th and pitching is right-hander Derek Lowe, very familiar to the Phillies. And on the mound for the Phils is left-hander Cliff Lee, who's trying to avenge an earlier start against the Braves where he was kind of roughed up, Wheels.
See the numbers on Lee, Tom, and much like Roy Halladay, very few walks and quite a few strikeouts. He's another strike thrower on this staff, and yeah, he had a tough outing against the Braves, and the year before when he was with the Phillies, or 2 years before, they also roughed him up in a game here in this ballpark. Southwest Airlines scouting report on Cliff, well, he has all the different pitches, and he demands, or he has to command them all. And career against Atlanta, not so hot. 1 and 2 with a higher earned run average.
Overall, Lee has won 104 games during his career and has won 4 games overall here at Citizens Bank Park.
Time for our Nissan Keys to tonight's game. Beautiful night. Ball was flying out of here in batting practice. Well, you're going to see a lot of strikes tonight with these 2 guys pitching. Cliff Lee and Derek Lowe. And more division play, as Tom just mentioned. This is a top-notch opponent in town. And to the Phillies' credit, maybe you don't look at the Mets and Washington as that good, but they beat them.
Took care of them. Yep. And they also took care of the Braves earlier this year where they won 2 of 3 down in Atlanta. Phillies over the last 55 games dating back to last year against the National League East, 41 and 14. That's pretty impressive. So here we go. Game 1 of this 3-game series, and Martin Prado will lead it off for the Braves. Prado overall hitting .270 with 3 home runs and 18 RBIs. He's 4th in the National League in doubles, and here's the first pitch of the night. A fastball in at the knees for a strike. And we are underway.
And there's a strike right out of the chute. And Cliff Lee, one of the best guys in Major League Baseball, for throwing a first pitch strike.
Line drive foul, and it's no balls and 2 strikes.
Prado's done a great job for them, and whenever he has a 9-game hitting streak right now, and when he gets a hit or he scores a run or he does something, they win. And when he has an offer, they seem to lose.
You saw those numbers when we popped up his overall stats. .368 batting average in wins, .154 in losses. And a breaking ball in the dirt, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Well, he had a home run the 8th inning last night at home to beat Milwaukee and complete that sweep.
It'll be Prado, Gonzalez, and Chipper Jones to lead it off for the Braves here at the top of the first. 1-2 the count. Lee delivers. And a cutter hit back toward the middle. Rollins will have to hurry, and he tried to barehand it. And he's not able to make the play. He may have had a chance to glove it and then throw, but he felt like Prado was moving too quickly up the first base line. Well, this year the Phillies 12-5 against the National League East. The Braves, meanwhile, somewhat of a pedestrian 6-6 against the National League East.
Well, the Phillies have taken care of business in their own division, as you said, Tom, the last few years, and have gotten off to a good start. That's a shame for Lee. He made a great pitch on Prado, but nobody out, nobody on base. The infielders are way back for Prado, and as you said, Jimmy had a long way to come for that and decided barehanding was the only way to go.
So here's Gonzalez batting second for Jason Hayward, who has the night off, and that's exactly what it is, just a night off. Gonzalez overall .244 with 4 homers and 13 RBIs.
They're giving Joe Mather a start in the game tonight, a guy we remember playing for the Cardinals, a big, strong right-handed hitter.
Giving Martin Prado a chance to get a brace on his right hand.
That's for sliding purposes.
Inside and low, 2 balls and no strikes to Gonzalez. There's that protective guard.
He must have something that maybe he does when he slides, that he has a tendency to jam a wrist.
Gonzalez was acquired last year by the Braves from the Toronto Blue Jays, and they picked him up basically to get rid of Escobar and kind of stabilize the middle of the Atlanta defense. Down low, 3 balls and 1 strike. He hasn't hit for a high average since they picked him up, but he certainly has been very good defensively.
He's as good as they get out there. He's steady defensively, and one of those guys that is a clutch hitter. He'll get big hits for him. Speaking of clutch hitters.
Swing and miss, so it's 3-2.
Guy on deck hit a ball in the upper deck tonight in batting practice, and must have gone 8 rows up. And you don't see many balls upstairs in left field like that in this ballpark.
3-2 the count to Gonzalez with a runner at first. There he goes. The pitch popped up foul. And it's out of play.
And the reason that's a good time to run. Gonzalez, I don't think, is going to swing through that many pitches. Figure Lee's going to throw a strike. Gonzalez does hit ground balls, and he doesn't run that well. So they're thinking, well, Freddie Gonzalez, their skipper there. Well, let's stay out of a double play.
He goes again. The pitch fouled back again. Lee had a Hall of Fame club.
And Lee had a brutal first inning here last time out against the Mets with tons of pitches. 30-some in the first inning.
Yep.
A lot of foul balls. And this game's getting off to that kind of start because he made such a good pitch on the leadoff batter Prado, and he didn't hit it hard enough for an out.
He did settle in against the Mets his last time out. Now he wound up picking up a no decision. Another foul ball. And it remains 3-2. That one came in at 94 miles an hour.
He just keeps pounding strikes, and Gonzalez keeps fouling them off. This is what a team loves to do to the other guy's starter.
8 pitches already to Alex Gonzalez in this at bat. 3-2 the count. And the pitch. Runner goes, a line drive to left. That's a base hit, as Ibanez will take it on a hop. So back-to-back hits for the Braves. An infield single by Prado and a line drive single by Alex Gonzalez. Well, here's Chipper Jones. Now Chipper Jones is in some rarefied air already. And it's probably not over yet. You see, he has over 2,500 hits and over 1,500 RBIs. And he joins Eddie Murray as the only switch hitters in baseball history with 2,500 hits or more and 1,500 RBIs or more. He's hit in 3 straight. And the first pitch to him on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1.
You know what Lee wants to do right now is try and get something away from it. Hope he'll hook it to one of the infielders and get a double play and stay out of an inning here.
Knees again, no balls and 2 strikes.
That's just what's happened with the first 2 pitches. He's gone down and away from Chipper Jones, and Jones has decided, well, I'm not going to swing at them.
Prado's on second, Gonzalez on first here at the top of the first. Way outside with that one, 1-2. Chipper Jones overall hitting .286. He has 3 homers this year. Coming off a pretty good series against the Brewers when he was 5 for 12.
All they're trying to do is keep this guy healthy, because when he's healthy, he can still play.
It's a foul down the right field line, and it remains 1 ball and 2 strikes. There was a question last year after Chipper Jones injured his knee whether he would be back or not. I think he saw the changes the Braves made, bringing in Dan Uggla, and the fact that everybody was getting healthy again, particularly with the pitching staff, and he's decided to come back and honor his contract. Oh boy, that must have been a little high, maybe a tad inside. It's 2-2.
Yeah, he needed a call too. Simply really needs to start getting some outs here. Is it high or low? Oh man, that's right at the belt.
Right at the belt. Now it depends on whether it was inside or not.
Yeah.
But it looked like it was on the inside part of the plate. Chipper Jones, a swing and a miss. One away.
Well, he threw something off speed there to him. Whether it was a curveball or a changeup, but it really fooled Chipper Jones.
So one big out.
Something he hadn't seen. Oh, it's a changeup. You can see the grip coming out of Lee's hands, and the thing kind of went down and into him, way out of the strike zone. He chased it.
That's a big out. And here's Brian McCann. McCann, a .304 hitter. He's one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball with runners in scoring position. He's tops in the National League at .571. And he has one in scoring position here.
He likes to swing early with men in scoring position.
And he does. A pop up into shallow left. That's going to be a tough play. Here comes Ibanez, and he makes the catch. A little too deep for Rollins, so Ibanez needed to get there.
Well, that's why he's such a good hitter with runners in scoring position, because he knows the pitcher's out there trying to get a first pitch strike on a guy and then try to get him out some other way. So guys that like to hit with runners in scoring position, they are aggressive early. And Lee, of course, knows that, but he's going to throw strikes. He threw something up a little bit there, and he kind of jammed him, or he jammed himself for a big second out on one pitch.
So he's one out away from getting out of some trouble here in the first. He got Jones and then McCann. And here's Dan Uggla. Another tough hitter, and he takes a strike on the outside corner. Uggla, the last time the Phillies faced the Braves, was 0 for 11 with 4 strikeouts.
Well, he's a big addition to their ball club. They help him at second base and swing the bat, and you know he loves this place.
19 career home runs against the Phillies.
Well, he's always loved to hit in this ballpark.
See his overall numbers against the Phillies in 91 games, and that includes the 0 for 11. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. On the outside corner, Scott Barry likes that spot. Let's see if Lee continues to go back to that spot.
Well, that's the essence of Cliff Lee and Halladay, is they hit spots. They are tremendous control pitchers. Neither one of them are overpowering, but they have more than enough fastball and good movement.
1-2 the count.
See what he tries to do with Uggla here, because you know he wants to hit a fastball, he wants to hit out of the ballpark, and sometimes he will corkscrew on off-speed stuff. Oh man.
And a couple pitches, one on the inside part of the plate, that one on the outside part of the plate during this inning that he just didn't get. Maybe a little outside, but it was awfully close. It looked like a strike. Scott Barry, the home plate umpire. Swing and a miss. He got him. A changeup from Cliff Lee, and he comes back after allowing the first 2 batters to get aboard to get the next 3. Jones, McCann, and then finally Dan Uggla. The Phillies watch the Braves lead 2 here at the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Let's see if the Phillies can put Derek Lowe in some trouble here in the bottom of the first. The Phillies lineup brought to you by Xfinity, only from Comcast. Leading it off at shortstop, Jimmy Rollins. Shane Victorino bats second. Placido Polanco hits third, followed by Ryan Howard and Ben Francisco. The 6-hole hitters, Raul Ibanez, in the bottom third of Orr, Schneider, and Lee. And they'll face Braves right-hander Derek Lowe. Lowe 7-5 lifetime against the Phillies, and here's his first pitch of the night. And Rollins takes it for ball one. Rollins trying to swat away some gnats as he settles in. Derek Lowe so far this year has had an up and down season, Wills.
Yeah, this guy can crank up a good one, though, or he'll give up a lot of hits. And the thing is, he's a sinker ball pitcher. As you look at the numbers on him, he throws sliders, too, and changeups. And some nights he will throw a lot of ground balls, and they'll go through. And that's one of the ways to beat him right there, as you look at the Southwest Airlines scouting report on him and his lifetime numbers against the Phils.
The Braves are 1-4 in his last 5 starts against the Phillies. So
he pitched a really good game against the Phillies down in Atlanta, but Cole Hamels was better.
2-2 the count. And Rollins rolls over on it to second. Ugler backed up on it. It didn't cost him. And there's one away. During the 2011 season, Turkey Hill will contribute $100 for each Phillies victory and 5 cents for each carton of Phillies Grand Slam ice cream sold to support the Phillies youth baseball and softball programs.
See Derek Lowe get an out on a changeup there, and he throws a lot more changeups than he used to, but he still relies on that sinker ball, and it's a good one.
He has 3 different sliders that he throws, and all 3 are at different speeds, and that's really helped him. In fact, he was 5-0 last September and was named the National League's Pitcher of the Month. Had a great spring, and the Braves, because of that, named him their opening day starter. And it's 1 ball and 1 strike to Victorino.
Well, he's a strike thrower like Lee. That's one thing about Derek Lee. Derek Lowe, you will not beat him with walks. Rarely. Same thing with Cliff Lee.
Little low, 2 balls and 1 strike. Victorino's hit in 8 consecutive games. He was 4 for 11 in the National Series with 4 RBIs and had a 2-run home run. And ups it foul, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Lucky McDonald's Phillies home run jackpot contestant is Albert Stanley of Pleasantville, New Jersey. If the Phillies hit a home run in today's ball game, then Albert will win $100. Off the plate, up the first base line, and it trickles foul. Said during the outset of our telecast that these are 2 of the top 2 starting staffs statistically in the National League. The Braves have the best ERA among starters at 2.97. The Phillies are second. And that is a foul ball. And I guess everybody expected that at the start of the year. Is that guy stretched for the souvenir?
Yeah, I don't think there's any surprise that both teams have good starting pitching, as you said, Tom. And now they have Jurgens back.
Fly ball, foul territory. McCann over, and he tries to reach in, and he runs out of room.
A lot of respect for Brian McCann over there. Polanco trying to help him a little bit. Looked like Pete McCannon down there too. You know, they're not going to. Once the ball got away, they didn't want him to get hurt and fall in the dugout. And Brian McCann is a very well respected player in this sport. There you see right there, and now guys start to reach for him. He smashes into Charlie a little bit right there.
Fly ball down the left field line, long run for Prado. He's there, and he makes the catch. There are 2 outs.
Another out on a changeup. He threw a lot of sinkers to Victorino and then got him out on a changeup.
So 2 away. Here's Placido Polanco. Wheels, getting back to what you were saying, I don't think anybody's surprised that the Phillies and the Braves are among the leaders in starters, earned run average, and a number of other statistics.
No, the only thing you could look at with the Braves and say, could be a surprise, but I don't think it is for anybody that saw them at the end of the year, would be those two kids at the end of the bullpen, Venners and Kimbrel. Because, you know, the Phillies saw a lot of the Braves in September, and those are two power arms. But, you know, if you hadn't seen them, you know, some people you know, around the league or even in baseball go, well, boy, those guys came out of nowhere. Not really.
Fly ball to left center field. Prado into the alley. He's under it, and he makes the catch, and it's a 1-2-3, bottom of the first. So the Phillies go down in order. We've completed one here in South Philadelphia. We go to the second in a scoreless game. MLB.tv today to see every Phillies game live or on demand on your computer and your favorite devices. Visit Phillies.com to order and get more details. MLB.tv. Baseball everywhere. Baseball is the hot topic in a lot of places, but it is as hot as could be here in Philadelphia with the first place Phillies, the four-time defending National League East champs. It'll be Freddie Freeman, Joe Mather, Nate McLeod for the Braves here in the top of the second. A ground ball foul right past Terry Pendleton.
Cliff Lee did a heck of a job in the first inning to settle in and get out of that inning without throwing as many pitches as he did in the first inning against the Mets. And obviously the big part of that inning was his ability to strike out Chipper Jones with nobody out and two men on base.
The other thing he was able to do is he was able to get McCann, and you mentioned this, to swing at the first pitch.
Right, and throw him a quality pitch because he knows, you know, they have all these charts, and he knows how aggressive McCann is early in the count, especially with men on base.
The 0-2 to Freeman, breaking ball in the dirt, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Remember the last game he pitched against Atlanta, everything was in the middle of the plate and up, and not so tonight. He's down with his pitches pretty well. The only ball that was really hit hard was Gonzalez.
Broke his bat over to first. Howard has it, and he'll race to the bag, and he beats Freeman. Boy, he shattered his bat.
Yeah, and Lee froze a little bit on that one, and Ryan, it's a good thing it was a slow runner.
Email, text, Twitter, and Facebook 24/7. Go to csnphilly.com for breaking news, interviews, and videos on the Sixers, Flyers, Phillies, Union, and the NFL from our team of insiders. Be the first to know the latest news on Phillies teams. Just text alerts to 53695 or sign up for alerts at csnphilly.com. And if you signed up for that already, then your text messages were buzzing today here at the ballpark as Joe Mather takes one upstairs. That's because the Phillies announced that Roy Oswalt will not make his start tomorrow. Roy, after throwing yesterday, is experiencing some back problems again. So Kyle Kendrick will start tomorrow. As Mather hits one to the third base side, barehanded by Polanco, and he throws him out. That was a fine play.
They talk about a pitcher taking the sting out of the bats. That's what Cliff Lee's doing tonight. Another little dribbler. Polanco decided he wanted to barehand it, even though he had a slow runner, and he makes a really good play there. You see him throwing off the proper foot and got a lot on it. You know, that's one of those ones with a guy like Mather running. You can glove that, transfer and throw. But in Polly's case right there, he just felt comfortable barehanding it and made a good play.
That was amazingly clean, too, all the way around.
That ball's spinning so much when they do that. You know, there's a lot of concentration involved in it.
McLouth is the batter. Overall hitting .279. And he tries to check, and he does, and it's up high.
Pretty good numbers for an 8-hole hitter, I guess.
Yeah, he struggled to start the year, but he's been hot lately. 1-1 the count. By the way, we were talking about Oswalt. He's not going to start tomorrow because his back is bothering him. And Kyle Kendrick is in the dugout tonight next to Oswalt because he will start tomorrow for the Phillies. Little looper, third base side. Polanco on the run, and he makes the catch. And this was an easy inning for Cliff Lee. In fact, he may have broken another bat. 1, 2, 3 go the Braves. We go to the bottom of the second. Unbelievable over the years, and one of the reasons why is the great Ed Ryan. And as you take a look at the strikeout there by Brad Lidge, there's Ed behind home plate clapping as he normally does. He's usually here every single night. Well, Ed has officially, as of today, retired after 42 years in the banking industry. Executive Vice President of Citizens Bank, but really a great liaison and friend between the Phillies and the bank itself.
Yeah, really, just one of the really good guys too. And as you said, we've had shots of him get on umpires and stuff down there behind home plate. He works at Citizens Bank suite up here with his clients and all, and we've been lucky enough to know him for a long time. And he says he will still be around a lot.
Right, he'll probably be in those seats and still being a part of the relationship. And we were nice. We showed Ed clapping there, which he normally does,
right,
as Ryan Howard leads it off. But we could have shown Ed eating a whole big bowl of ice cream, hot dog, enjoying the fare here at the ballpark. Yeah. We were nice about it.
Yeah, he would work the dining club staff pretty well.
Outside to Howard. Well, congratulations to Ed, and we'll look forward to seeing you as a retiree.
Yeah, make sure you come around, big guy. And that was a heck of a picture of you. I don't know how they made you look that good.
3-0 the count to Ryan Howard. And he gets the green light. He grounds it over to second base. Ugla from shallow right throws him out. 1 away. So 1 gone, and that'll bring Ben Francisco to the plate. Howard a little upset with himself on that 3-0 swing.
Yeah, he just, Charlie gives him the 3-0 swing, and he went out of the strike zone, or the pitcher was way away from him and just hooked it.
Francisco overall is hitting .250 with 4 home runs. Overall during his career, he's a .318 hitter against the Braves. It's 1 ball and 1 strike to him. Ben played in 2 of the 3 games against the Nationals, was 0 for 6. And trying to get on track again.
Tom, you mentioned the sliders that Lowe throws. Well, now that he has a right-handed hitter up there finally. We have Polanco, but he got him pretty quickly. He'll throw a lot more sliders, these right-handed hitters.
And there's ball 4, and Francisco. Oh, no, it's not. They appeal the swing, and they say that Francisco offered at that. Scott Barry was late to ask John Hirschbeck whether there was a swing or not. Let's take a look.
Looked like he went after it. Oh, that is close.
I thought he held.
Yeah, when you look at it from that angle, that is really close.
And a foul ball. So instead of a base runner with 1 out, it's 3 balls and 2 strikes to Francisco. And there's ball 4. They appeal, and Hirschbeck already had the safe sign up with a smirk. So a base runner for the Phillies. Francisco's laughing also. Time now for the Coors Light Cold Hard Blast. And Raul Ibanez, he's been blasting some.
Yeah, that's a big time blast. Look at that baby. Over the AT&T sign, upper decker. Boy, that thing was hit a long way. And he has had a hot bat in the last 3 games. His swing is short, it's quick, and confident.
He was 8 for 12 in the series against the Nationals, and he lays off the first sinker. And it's 1-0.
What a difference that he thinks he can hit again, because now you can see how long he's waiting for the ball to get deep to him, and then bam, lets it go, as opposed to being out front with everything, rolling everything over. That's what happens when a hitter's not seeing the ball well or feeling well. You know, they get out front.
Well, think about where his batting average is right now. Before the National Series began, he was at 154, and it's difficult to raise your average at this point in the year with all the at-bats he's had. 60 points, but that's what he's done. And he fouls that one off. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mentioned Derek Lowe is not a guy to beat himself with walks that often. So you have to take advantage of. One thing about him, though, he'll walk somebody and he'll throw a double play ball right after that. That's why he minimizes his base runners.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Off the end of the bat toward left center. McLeod is there, and he puts it away for the 2nd out.
That's the 3rd left-handed hitter he's retired tonight on a changeup. It gives you an idea that Lowe is going to use that pitch a lot to these left-handed hitters. He's really been effective with it.
Well, he has another left-hander to deal with in Pete Orr.
Watch the changeup go down and away, sinks, and Ibanez does a nice job of trying to take it the other way at least, but he happened to hit a fly ball to center field.
Orr overall hitting .278, starting at 2nd again tonight, and he lays off a slider, and it's 1-0. Orr was originally signed by the Atlanta Braves and played parts of 3 seasons with the Braves. That's where he made his major league debut. He hit .300 for them in a lot of games back in 2005.
Used to hurt the Phillies a lot. Pete Orr's been a nice extra man this year. He's getting to play a lot more too against right-handed pitching.
2-0 the count. Swing and a miss. It's 2-1. Well, the Phillies are thankful that they have Orr and Valdez, but they're even happier that their starting second baseman Chase Utley is on his way to Florida to start playing in some extended spring games, and that will begin tomorrow in Dunedin, and that is huge.
That's one of those cross your fingers, cross your toes, everything.
Chase has been working hard to get himself back to playing every day for the Phillies, and the Phillies are a step closer to that. Slider for strike 2.
I was really mixing him up tonight, throwing his slider and his changeup and his sinker.
Grounder toward the middle, diving stop. Uggla from his knees, he throws out Orr. That's a heck of a play to finish up the second for the Braves. No runs, no hits, one man left. We go to the third in a scoreless game. For all the information, and please submit your answer on the subject line. Wheels, the question is, name the 2 hitters that are numbers 1 and 2 on the list for most home runs by a switch hitter. The answer will be revealed in the 7th inning. Feeling good about that one?
I know who number 1 is.
But do you know who number 2 is?
We'll see.
And we go to the top of the third. Derek Lowe leads it off for the Braves. Lowe is a 111 hitter. 9-1-2 for Atlanta against Cliff Lee, and Lee delivers a strike. Derek Lowe has not allowed a hit tonight. Cliff Lee has allowed 2 hits tonight. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Tried to check, and he did on a high pitch, and it's 1-2. Derek Lowe's had a rough couple of weeks. He was picked up for a DUI while racing late one night in Atlanta. And there's a strike of the knees. And that's the 3rd strikeout for Cliff Lee. It hasn't affected him tonight. It affected him in his last start. It hasn't affected him tonight because his defense has been good too.
It's a great play by Dan Uggla. You know, we've seen him play a lot of games for the Florida Marlins, and he certainly has improved defensively, but you still don't expect him to make this play. He's not a real tall guy. Makes a tremendous dive for that, gloves it, and then from his knees a strong throw. Outstanding play. Would have given him 1st and 3rd with 2 outs.
Yeah, because it wasn't hit that hard, so it might have snuck into right center, and Francisco was running on some contact.
Oh yeah, sure. With 2 outs, he would have gotten to 3rd.
Martin Prado reached on an infield single his first time up, and he's down to the count. No balls and 2 strikes in this at bat.
Yeah, Lee made a tremendous pitch on him with that cutter his first time up and jammed him, and he just rolled it to Jimmy Rollins, who's really deep for him, and had no chance to throw him out. And Jimmy's in the same spot he was last time.
0-2 pitch to Prado. And a call, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts for Lee. That's 4 in the game. 2 outs. Hey, don't forget, even though you hear sellout here, sellout there, 140 straight, there are still seats available here at Citizens Bank Park, including 500 standing room only tickets that go on sale prior to each home game. Go to Phillies.com for more information or to place your ticket order. And you can click on different spots to see where you would like to sit. But take advantage. Don't think that every game this year is sold out. Gonzalez sends one in the air deep to left. Ibanez is back at the wall. He jumps, and it's in play. He kept it in the yard, and Gonzalez will stop at second with a 2-out double.
Talked about Gonzalez's first time up, how he will ambush pitchers that way. You know, he goes the other way so much, and then all of a sudden he'll look middle in and hit a ball out of the ballpark. 7th double of the season, and that one was really close. First pitch may have been a cutter. I think it was. And he's swinging first ball, and he thought he had a home run. Now, here's Ibanez to the wall, just off his glove, and deflects it back towards the infield.
He was awfully close to making a heck of a play. Hit that fence just in front of the flower bed.
Yeah, he couldn't go any higher than that.
So here's Chipper Jones, and he lines one off the glove of Rollins into left field, and a run is going to score. Gonzalez coasts home from second. It's 1-0 Atlanta.
Here you go, with swinging at the first pitch too. You know, especially in RBI situations, a guy like Cliff Lee right around the plate, and this is how he'll get hurt sometimes.
I don't know if Jimmy mistimed his jump or what, but it went off his glove, and he's frustrated because he feels like he should have caught that ball.
Yeah, that's 2 plays there where they got leather on him. Now, obviously, Ibanez had no shot at his, but I agree with you. It looked like the timing wasn't good on this. Here he should have caught that ball.
Yeah. So now McCann takes a strike. It's 0-1.
And unfortunately, it deflected far enough that Gonzalez can score.
Partly because it was hit hard by Chipper Jones. So Jones with an RBI, number 24 in the year. That one's in the air to left center field. It's crushed. Ibanez on the run. He's not going to get there, and it's off the top of the wall. Jones around third, heading for home. Rollins with the relay throw, and it's offline. It's 2-0 Braves. An RBI double for Brian McCann.
Talked about the way the ball's going to carry here tonight too. There's a little bit of wind blowing out, but it's warm. In batting practice, it was home run derby, and that's a breaking ball there to McCann. It got a lot of the plate, and it just took off. And there you see it hit the bottom of the Southwest Airlines sign. And Chipper Jones running pretty well, scored easily on that. So really, excuse me, Tom, but really they should have been out of this inning with nothing.
Instead, they're up 2-0, and still a runner in scoring position for Uggla, who struck out his first time up. Down the left field line. If it stays fair, and it will, it's a one-hop off the wall. McCann's going to score, and Uggla pulls into second with an RBI double. That's the 3rd double of the inning for the Braves.
3rd hit on first pitches too. They threw him a changeup. It wasn't like he threw him a first ball fastball, but you know, these guys are coming up here swinging at him because they're going to get strikes. Here you go again. It's a changeup. It starts coming into him. It's a pitch that he struck Chipper Jones out on, except that one was in the dirt. This one was right in the middle of the plate.
Oh, the first hit of the year for Uggla against the Phils. It's 3-0 Atlanta. Here's Freddie Freeman.
That's a very good idea to throw a pitch way out of the strike zone on the first pitch.
Halladay did that last night when the Nationals in the 4th inning started to hit him a little bit, and he started getting some of the pitches toward the middle of the plate, and then he came back. The next couple innings he was throwing changeup and curveball to start every hitter off. As Freeman pounds that one off his foot. Nine earned runs in 6 innings for Lee.
Well, they've hit him hard in a couple of starts. These balls have been hit hard in this inning.
Try to check. It does. It's 2-2. Foul ball. It remains 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. 2 outs here at the top of the third. The Braves have the early lead. Trying to check, and it's on the inside corner. Called strike 3. So Lee strikes out 3 in the inning, but he allowed 3 in this inning, and a lot of close plays, including this one off the bat of Alex Gonzalez off the edge of Ibanez's glove, and that began a 3-run rally. Dealer.com. By the Pennsylvania Lottery. Play Pure Gold, the new instant game from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Must be 18 years older to play. Please play responsibly. And by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today. Ryan Schneider leads it off here in the home third. Phillies down 3-0. Still looking for their first hit against Derek Lowe. And a grounder to second. Ugla waits for it. A lot of ground ball out so far for Derek Lowe.
Well, he's doing his thing when he gets a lot of ground balls. That's Lowe's MO.
4 of the 7 outs have been on ground balls.
A lot of guys, change ups and turning over those sinkers.
Here's Cliff Lee with 1 away here at the bottom of the third. A strike at the knees, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Lee is still looking for his first hit of the year. Hitless in 11 at bats. He and the other pitchers, oh boy, that's a strike. 0-2 the count. He and the other pitchers are unbelievably competitive when it comes to their hitting ability. Broke his bat. It went out and hit Lowe. Gonzalez has it and throws out Lee.
Didn't hit him hard. That's why I'm laughing about it. Lowe was out there. He saw it coming and he's covering up. And it was just kind of dribbling out to him, and then it jumped up and bumped him. Watch what happens here. Right off the end of the bat, and now Lowe sees the thing coming out here and he's trying to get out of the way, and it just jumped up and bumped him in the butt a little bit. Right there. And he was all right.
The way that bat splintered, he was hoping that the pointy part of that bat wasn't going to hit him. Rollins takes one at the knees. It's 0-1.
Notice he turned around, took a look at his infielder, said, make sure you throw him out after I made that pitch.
Rollins grounded to second his first time up. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Phillies have had just 1 base runner so far in the first 3 innings. That was a walk to Ben Francisco. And other than that, Derek Lowe has not allowed a hit.
Run some deep counts and walk the batter, but they haven't been able to do anything with him.
Rollins pops it up off the third base line. Jones is over, has room, and he makes the catch, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies here in the third. We've played the first 3 with the Braves up 3-0. Love, like Avery shipping labels that never jam or smudge. Who but W.B. Mason? We go to the top of the 4th. Gary Matthews joins us up here in the booth. Phillies trail at 3-0. They have not picked up a hit yet against Derek Lowe. Meanwhile, the Braves have 3 runs on 6 hits. It'll be Joe Mather, Nate McLeod, and Derek Lowe here at the top of the 4th. Mather grounded to the third his first time up. Fine play by Polanco. Yeah, there's a strike on the outside corner.
Well, they faced really Derek Lowe so many times. They should have a good game plan. Too many ground balls, too many pulling of the ball.
Well, and we mentioned it before. The Phillies are 4-1 in Lowe's last 5 starts against them. So we'll see if they can get it rolling offensively. They have swung the bats very well on this homestand. 0-2 the count to Mather. And a call, strike 3. Last 4 outs recorded with strikeouts for Cliff Lee. Well, Sarge, it is a special day here at the Yard. Larry Anderson is celebrating a birthday, and it looks like somebody's already gotten him with some silly string.
I think the Philly Fanatic might have had something to do with that, but it is his birthday.
And it's also Dean Kaminsky's birthday, too. Dean, happy birthday. Happy 50th birthday. Looking good for 50, Sarge.
Yeah. I thought Larry might have been a little older than that. But hey. I brought him in a nice bottle of wine, some champagne, sandwiches from Sarcone.
On the inside quarter, 0-2.
I think he might have been taken back a little bit because so many people were doing things for him. But I told him that there were a lot of people that really liked him around here.
Well, Larry is a very likable guy. The guys in the at our Spanish broadcast booth, Ricky Ricardo, as well as Danny Martinez, Bill Kulick, they brought in a baseball cake for Larry. And I'm sure if they knew it was Dean's birthday, they would have brought Dean a cake too.
That's right.
1-2 the count to McLeod. And a foul tip into the glove of Schneider. Another strikeout for Lee. So now the last 5 outs are strikeouts. So 2 away here in the 4th. And well, for Lee, it's just trying to keep the Braves off balance, keep this at a 3-run deficit, and then let this offense try to work its way back into this game.
Yeah, I thought a couple of balls may have or maybe should have been caught, but the fact is sometimes Cliff throws too many strikes, too many hittable strikes right in the zone, and consequently guys are a little bit more aggressive, and those strikes that aren't on the corners are hit hard, indicative of the inning that's giving up the run.
So when you say throws too many strikes, I mean, as guys are growing up in this game, from Little League to Babe Ruth to Legion to high school, they're saying, come on, you got to throw better, you got to throw more strikes.
Well, better strikes.
Better strikes.
Yeah, better location. And those balls are a little bit out over the plate. When he gets them down and they're low or in low, he's able to do a lot better job and not as much damage because you're not going to hit the ball as long.
1-2 the count to Lowe. Well, that's why this game is very difficult.
Sure.
Because you're saying throw better strikes, not just strikes, and you see he has the highest percentage of strikes in the National League.
Yeah, and a good example, last night ball game with Holiday pitching, they made up in their mind they were going to swing early.
Yep.
Well, that played into his hand because of the way he was throwing his strikes. Off speed, and I think sometimes a Clip he gets in where Jamie Moyer used to say, I go softer and softer when he gets into trouble. Well, it seems like he goes harder and harder, not able to get the ball by the hitters.
Derek Lowe fouls it back, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And just better location, once they start to hit the ball. Maybe throw them one up and in and then go back to what you were trying to do. Because he's the type of pitcher, he can throw a strike just about when he wants.
Larry missed with that pitch, and it's 3-2. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Dodgers and the Mets tied at 2. Andre Ethier has a base hit, so his hitting streak is now at 30 consecutive games. He took the last game off because of elbow inflammation. And he checked his swing. They appeal. No swing, says John Hirschbeck, so Lowe walks with 2 outs.
I thought that was just about a swing. He really played that off pretty good, and not even looking at Hirschbeck, just kept on to running.
So now the top of the order is up, and Martin Prado, who's 1 for 2. Prado had an infield single his first time up, struck out looking in the 3rd. And he watches a strike go by at the knees, and it's 0-1. One and 2 the count. We've seen Prado with a few swings just like that where he's fouled it off to the right side. So Lee is ahead 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
Yeah, Prado not your typical type of leadoff hitter. He doesn't have the speed that a lot of other leadoff hitters have.
On the inside corner, another strikeout for Lee. He struck out 3 in this inning, 3 in the last inning. Overall, he has 8. Phillies trail at 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Southwest Airlines new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. And by Xfinity, it's TV, phone, and internet reinvented. Only from Comcast. Oh, a gorgeous start to the weekend here in Philadelphia. And it's so clear, you can see the planes landing over at the airport, just a couple miles away. This complex is going to be busy this weekend, not only with the Phillies and the Braves, but the hopes for another Flyers game this Sunday. The Soul are in town. I think the Union are playing this weekend, too. That's a few miles away, down 95. Go to the bottom of the fourth. Phillies have not recorded a hit yet against Derek Lowe. It'll be Victorino, Polanco, and Ryan Howard.
Well, if they're going to stay deep in the box on Derek Lowe, they need to make him get the ball up. He's getting a lot of ground out, so that tells me he's hitting a sinker and is on the outside part of the plate.
The other thing, too, is that Scott Barry is giving both pitchers the outside part of the plate. And that's helping. Well, it's helped Lowe, certainly.
Well, it's helped Lowe because there have been guys trying to pull that ball. When you roll your hands over on the ball, you're going to get ground balls. Well, you want to have good balance when you hit against Derek Lowe.
Down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike to Victorino. Riding an 8-game hitting streak.
That's what I'm talking about, making them get the ball up. Victorino was in a hitting count, but you have to be patient with a Derek Lowe and hit your pitch when you are ahead of the count.
Derek Lowe last year won 16 games, an earned run average of 4.00. And his splits looked a lot like that through the 2010 season. A lot of ground outs. He will strike guys out, though. And there's his first one of the night.
Yeah, off balance swing, not a very good swing. And again, after the ball inside, that ball away, not up. And he came off that ball some. The reason why he really wasn't able to foul it off. But take a look at it. And I'll tell you what, that was just a great changeup. You see how high it started? Hitter thinking it's a fastball when you swing. Well, usually miss it.
So now Polanco, who flied out to left his first time up. He takes the sinker down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Talked about the issues that Derek Lowe had about a week or so ago with the DUI down in Georgia. Braves as a team, and I'm sure they get this everywhere they go now, have had issues off the field with Roger McDowell, their pitching coach, who was first placed on administrative leave and then suspended for 2 weeks for making crude and inappropriate comments and gestures toward a fan when the Braves were playing the Giants. And Major League Baseball, after investigating with the Braves, suspended McDowell for 2 weeks. This is the end of the first week. Dave Wallace. And there's Dave. That's Carlos Tosca, but Dave Wallace is in the dugout, and Dave is a veteran pitching coach in Major League Baseball. And there's Dave Wallace. He and Carlos Tosca both with the shades. And Dave has taken over as the pitching coach for the time being for Atlanta. 2-1 the count to Polanco. It's 2-2.
Another off-balance swing there for Polanco. Not the pitch that he wanted, or that pitch did something else.
Two balls, 2 strikes the count. And a called strike 3. That came back, a slider. And there are 2 outs.
Yeah, good call on that slider there. You're right, it did break back over.
Well, the Colorado Rockies will be in town Wednesday, May 18th. That's the first game after the next road trip for the Phillies. A very brief 2-game series. The reason it's a 2-game series, the Phillies are playing the Cardinals for 2 on the road to wrap up that road trip. Thursday the 19th is Teva Respiratory Asthma Awareness Night. A free Phillies cap to all fans. Limited seats are available for those 2 games by going to Phillies.com. Here's Ryan Howard with 2 away. And a swing and a miss by Howard. So Derek Lowe now has a no-hitter through 3 2/3.
Yeah, it's kind of teasing the hitters a little. In, out. Backdoor breaking ball. That's what you call when that ball hits the outside corner. It's a off-speed pitch, slider usually.
Howard grounded out his first time up, so he's 0 for 1. And the 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I think all these guys have a little better success if you wanted to move up. If you don't want to move up toward the pitcher, I mean, it's just a must that you make him get the ball up in the zone.
On the inside corner, and Lowe has just struck out the side here in the 4th. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies. 8 in a row retired by Derek Lowe. He hasn't allowed a hit through the first 4, so he's completed 4 here at Citizens Bank Park. It's the Braves 3 and the Phillies nothing. Room. It's a busy show with big announcements and even bigger guests. The Dan Patrick Show, radio worth watching, weekdays at 4, right here on the Comcast Network. Dan does put on a pretty good show and has for a number of years. As we start the 5th in a 3-0 ball game, it'll be Alex Gonzalez, Chipper Jones, and Brian McCann. 1 ball and 1 strike to Gonzalez. Swing and a miss. That's a pretty good cutter toward the outside part of the plate and just jumped back toward the black.
Yeah, you know, sometimes though he gets ready to throw that pitch. If it stays out over the middle, that's when hitters usually have a pretty good look at it.
On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, Nationals have jumped out to a 2-0 lead over the Florida Marlins, bottom of the fourth. They got in late last night or early this morning down in South Florida. Jerry Hairston, couple hits. Foul ball back toward the Hall of Fame club, and it remains 2-2. On the inside corner, another strikeout for Lee. Sarge, how about the last 7 outs recorded by Cliff Lee have been on strikeouts?
I tell you, quality pitcher. You see that pitch there, Gonzalez, a fastball hitter. Watch how he jumps back on that. Good location, however, by Cliff Lee, right on the inside part of the plate.
Kind of an odd night for him. 9 strikeouts, and he's trailing at 3-0.
Boy.
There's Chipper Jones. Swings at the first pitch. Towering pop-up over toward the seats of the first base side, and Ryan Howard runs out of room.
Kind of reminds me when I'm out playing golf. I mean, I'm swinging good and getting bad results. It's not a good thing. Well, you feel you've hit a ball really good, and then it's just not there. Cliff pitching well. All the strikeouts and still behind in the game. Few, not even a lot of bad pitchers. It's not a good area.
To right field, right at Francisco. He comes in and makes the catch. Well, in Cliff's defense, there have been a couple of balls that have just been an inch or two out of the reach of the fielders. Jimmy Rollins had that liner by Chipper Jones in the third, and this was after Alex Gonzalez's double high off the wall was just over Raul Ibanez's glove.
Yeah, I thought he might have jumped just a little bit too soon. But, you know, that's baseball.
Brian McCann had a double and an RBI his last time up. Scored one of the 3 runs. 1-0 pitch to him. On the hands, a foul ball.
Another one of the left-handed hitters in the league. Catcher, probably one of the better hitting catchers definitely in the National League. He stays right in on left-handed pitching.
1 ball, 1 strike the count. Liner toward the gap in right center field. Francisco Victorino not going to get there, and it's going to roll to the wall. McCann will get at least to second, and he's there standing. So that's his second double of the night.
Well, he wants to stop the bleeding right now. Last time he had 2 outs. They end up scoring 3 runs. Now take a look at this setup. See how he just puts his foot down. He doesn't bail. Look at the front shoulder going right back up the middle. And he got decent wood on the ball to get it right in the gap.
Would it surprise you if I said that coming into tonight's ball game, McCann had 1 double?
Yeah, it would surprise me. Definitely surprise me just because of the way, I mean, he sets up. We'll look at that end of the year and see where he's at, but he has such a good setup. He's solid that he allows himself to do maximum damage.
McCann had only 1 double coming into tonight's game.
Well, he's hitting 308, isn't he?
Well, he has 2 doubles tonight.
Well,
so I had to look at that stat line like 3 different times yesterday.
Now, that is surprising. I mean, I know he doesn't run good, but, you know, you would think that you'd have a few more. I still think he's a solid hitter, a great approach at the plate, and he gives himself a chance to hit the ball.
Foul tip, and it's 1-2. So I surprised you there.
Oh, there was no way I could ever guess that. I would have never guessed that. I mean, you'd think he'd be able to pull the ball down the line as good a hitter to be able to get a double.
1-2 the count to Ugla, and the pitch from Lee. On the inside corner, another strikeout. 10 strikeouts for Lee in the ball game. He leaves one in scoring position. We've played 4.5. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Phil's looking for some offense. Phillies are down 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the fifth here at Citizens Bank Park. Cliff Lee has retired the Braves in order once. He has 10 strikeouts tonight. Every time the Phillies retire the opposing team, 1, 2, 3. Comcast will make a contribution to Phillies charities. Phillies baseball is brought to you by the Xfinity HD Triple Play, your complete lineup for digital TV, lightning fast internet, and home phone. Francisco swings at the first pitch at a bouncer to short, and Gonzalez takes care of him. So Derek Lowe, still with now one out here in the fifth, has allowed one base runner. 13 career double-digit strikeout games for Cliff Lee. Sarge, why so many since the start of last season?
Well, I think too, though, you look at some of the pitches he's been throwing tonight on the strikeouts. A lot of them have been called, but he's throwing those in such a great place. Hitter is just giving up on it, and especially the inside strikes.
So he's better than he was, let's say, 4 or 5 years ago.
More confidence, obviously, knows how to pitch, believes in his ability.
Raul fouls the 1-0 off. It's 1 ball and 1 strike.
And not only that, he can repeat his delivery on the mound. When you're able to do that, well, you're able to have good results. Even though he's down 3-0, still not pitching bad.
1-1 the count to Ibanez. Fly ball, left center field, pretty well hit. McLeod going back. Does he have room? He does. And he makes the catch. A couple steps from the wall. That one really carried, but just not far enough. 2 away.
Just missing from catching that ball. And for the youngsters out there, you do take off the way McLeod did. He put his hand back, didn't have to look up to see or look back to see where the wall was. Therefore, he can keep his eye right on the ball.
2 outs for Pete Orr. Grounded to second his first time up. In the dirt, 1 ball and 1 strike to Orr. Well, we knew coming in that the Braves starting staff had good numbers. In fact, over the last 10 games, both teams are 7-3. And if you look at their numbers, the starters ERA, the Braves over the last 10 games, 2.10. The Phillies starters, 2.45. It's pretty close.
Yeah. Derek Lowe, one of their better competitors, gives them a chance to win the ball game. Well, he doesn't have exceptional pitches, meaning that he throws the ball 93, 94. He'll cut the ball, he'll sink the ball, backdoor breaking balls.
Rounder to shortstop. Gonzalez waits on it. And Pete Orr is thrown out. Another 1-2-3 inning for Derek Lowe. So Lowe has retired 11 straight. He still has not allowed a hit through 5. the big piece and another very important piece of the Phillies' early success in 2011. Ryan Howard led all major league hitters in RBIs after April and continued his climb through the Phillies' all-time home run rankings. With less power but plenty of production, Placido Polanco delivered a franchise record 41 hits in April and a personal best 19 RBIs during the first month. The power and production of these two Phillies is brought to you by Independence Blue Cross. More than ever, we're here for you every step of the way. Well, so far, the big piece of Placido Polanco and everybody else in the Phillies lineup hitless against Derek Lowe as we start the top of the sixth. Cliff Lee, meanwhile, he's got a pretty good storyline going himself. He's allowed 3 runs, but he's already struck out 10 through 5 innings. Wow. That's 10 of the 15 outs he's recorded on strikeouts.
And great location on the fastball or the cutter. And some strikeouts on the breaking ball, mostly on that cutter, spotting the fastball.
Freddie Freeman takes a strike. Freeman's 0 for 2. Freeman's grounded to first. He's gone down looking. And he fouls that one off the foot of Brian Schneider. Schneider's doing a lion's share of the catching for the Phillies over the last week because Carlos Ruiz is still plagued by some back problems.
Foul tip. See exactly where it hits him. Oh, right on the inside part of his foot. You can see there's nothing there to protect that area.
0-2 the count. A liner foul. Look out in the crowd. And it remains no balls and 2 strikes. By the way, a quick update on Carlos Ruiz. He swung the bat a couple days ago, and then he aggravated the back yesterday, and he was going to be looked at by the Phillies doctors tonight. Swing and a miss. 11 strikeouts for Lee.
Boy, what a setup. He came with a fastball as he jammed him with 2 strikes, and then what he did came in a little bit further on the strikeout to strike him out. Now watch how he ties his hands up. See that there? That ball's off the plate inside. Freeman had no chance to hit that fastball.
1 out. Joe Mathers the batter. Mathers 0 for 2. Robbed by Polanco his first time up. Struck out his last time up. Let's see, he's gotten Prado twice, Gonzalez once, Chipper once. He hasn't gotten McCann on strikes. Ugla's been struck out twice. Freeman's been struck out twice. Mather once, McLeod once, and Lowe once.
Right, you would think that he's on his game, and he is. Only the 1 bad inning so far in the 3rd inning, and that wasn't all that bad. He had 2 strikeouts and 2 outs when they scored all the runs.
Yeah. And again, probably should have been out of the inning. Another look at the Toyota Major League scoreboard. We'll give you an update from Chicago. The Reds held on and defeated the Cubs 5-4. Marlon Byrd 2 for 4 with a run scored. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. That's a dozen strikeouts. This is unbelievable. He has 12 strikeouts, and there are 2 outs here in the 6th. His career high is 13. That was last July against the Athletics.
Really, the way he's throwing, he almost have, even though the Braves have 7 hits, seems like he's almost unhittable.
McLeod struck out his last time up. Takes that cutter away. It's one ball and no strikes.
McLeod's one of those guys that have been struggling the last couple of years, starting to hit the ball. Won't do it on that. And he was pretty good center fielder when he was with the Pittsburgh Pirates. pretty solid hitter. All of a sudden, for whatever reason, just stop hitting.
Well, now Lee is ahead 1-2. So he has 12 strikeouts tonight. He trails at 3-0. Rubs up a new ball and will go back to work against McLeod.
Might be trying to throw him a slider here, maybe even that high fastball.
And a called strike 3. He matches his career high with 13 strikeouts. 18 outs tonight, 13 strikeouts for Cliff Lee as he strikes out the side here in the 6th. No runs, no hits, nobody left. We go to the bottom of the 6th with the Braves up 3-0. Ford stores, by AT&T, the nation's fastest mobile broadband network, and by McDonald's. I'm loving it. Well, here are the storylines for tonight. This is the opener of a 3-game series between the Phillies and the Braves. Phillies lead the division 2 games over the Marlins. The Braves are sitting in 3rd place, 4.5 games back. You have Derek Lowe, who's throwing a no-hitter far. You have Cliff Lee, who has struck out 13 through 6. But he trails at 3-0, and it'll be Brian Schneider, Lee, and Jimmy Rollins against Lowe. Here's Cliff, looking as relaxed as ever. And Schneider takes the first one on the outside corner.
Derek Lee's throwing strikes and getting first pitch strikes called, but some quality strikes. It doesn't throw real hard. 84 to maybe around 86 or so fastball. Every now and then he throw the ball a little bit harder. But for the most part, he wants you to put it in play, hitting ground balls.
Outside, 3-1. Keeps shaking at his right foot. He's done that the last couple of times. So a hitter's count for Schneider. Let's see if he can capitalize.
Yeah, wants to try and just get it up near the belt area and put a good swing on it.
Grounds it up the first base line, just foul. 3-2. Grounder towards second. Ugla. Oh boy, the ball didn't take that hop again. It keeps hitting the edge of that grass throughout the course of the season. And it stays down. One away here in the 6th. Sarge, it's time for our Coors Light Freeze Cam. Some close plays defensively tonight.
Game of benches as that ball just gets over the glove there of Ibanez. Same as Jimmy Rollins, shortstop. Ball just gets over the head Now he makes his catch, and also the play, Dan Ugler, second baseman there for the Atlanta Braves.
Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
I'm so used to him being with the Florida Marlins, Dan Ugler. Kind of where he has made his name.
Swing and a miss. It's 0-2 to Lee out in front of a changeup. Dan Ugler acquired this past offseason by the Braves to solidify second base. And that enabled them to move Martin Prado to left. And he has been the best power hitting second baseman home runs wise in Major League Baseball for the last 4 years. 0-2 pitch to Lee. And he waves at it. And there are 2 outs here in the 6th. Derek Lowe has thrown a no-hitter before. He did it with the Boston Red Sox.
The longer he goes, the more he's going to feel it. I can hear Mike Smith now. Somebody get a hit. I don't care whether or not it's a jam hit right up the middle. Even though he didn't hit that better swing because he didn't try and pull the ball. Could be a little bit more aggressive if you're swinging at that first pitch.
Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Toward left field, Prado on the run, and he got there, and he makes the catch. And the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Phillies again. So Lowe is through 6 without allowing a hit. We go to the 7th, and the Phillies down 3.
Well, what a game this has been tonight. You figure you're going to see good pitching. And right now, Derek Lowe working on a no-hitter, and Cliff Lee with 13 strikeouts and losing the game 3-0. As you look at the Verizon Wireless game summary, those 3 runs came in a hurry. They had 3 first pitches and probably a ball that maybe could have been handled at shortstop by Jimmy Rollins. And 3 runs on the board, and the Phillies have done nothing with the guy at home plate.
See, Derek Lowe leads it off, and he takes one outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Lowe has not allowed a hit through 6. Cliff Lee has struck out 13 through 6.
98 pitches, so he's got at least one more inning.
He had 12 strikeouts. You and I were talking in the break against the Diamondbacks when he lost 4-0.
Phillies got shut out in that game when he struck out 12, and they're getting shut out in this game and no hit when he has 13.
And Lowe just serves that one down the right field line for a base hit. And he'll stop at first. A leadoff single. Lowe's been on base twice tonight.
Keep him on the bases for a while. Tire him out.
Yeah, because there were the first 3 innings he was in the 45 range as far as his pitches go, but he hasn't allowed a hit. He's only allowed 1 base runner. He hasn't really had to work a whole lot.
One thing you noticed right away with him was a good changeup he had to the left-handed batters, and how he's also done a really good job with his sinker, and it's starting to rain, believe it or not.
How about that? I didn't know there was rain in the forecast. Prado bunts and bunts it foul.
And people are heading for the exits.
Or at least for some cover.
Yeah, for some cover. They don't want to leave.
It's supposed to be one of them there renegade storms. Wills.
And that there renegade has arrived.
Prado bunts again.
Well, I guess they want another run really bad. That'll take the bat out of this guy's hand. And they're bunting with a pitcher at first, who, if it isn't a perfect bunt, you could throw him out at second base and take the bat out of Prado's hands 2 ways. Freddie Gonzalez, the skipper.
0-2 the count. And he fouls it back.
He's doing you a favor when you have Prado bunt.
I'm not sure if he's doing it just because he's 1 for 3 and hasn't had very good swings on Lee tonight.
I don't know. They look like sacrifices.
The 0-2 pitch. Got him. Breaking ball. Another strikeout for Lee. That's a career high 14 strikeouts. Wow. Wow is right. 14 strikeouts and he's trailing 3-0.
This is one of those things you wish you could really enjoy a lot more. It's a curveball. Got him to swing way over it after he got bunted the 2 pitches foul.
Oh, that'll bring Gonzalez to the plate.
Playing off Derek Lee at first. Gonzalez, the guy, got it all started with that ball to left field that just eluded the leaping Raul Ibanez at the wall. And then Chipper Jones followed with a hit off Jimmy Rollins' glove, scoring a run, and then 2 more followed. And that's the ball game right now.
0-1 the count to Gonzalez with Lowe on first. Fly ball foul over the first base dugout. So it's no balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, if the Phillies were at least locked in a scoreless game or had the lead, fans would be, I think, more electric with the fact that Lee has struck out 14.
Exactly. They can't even appreciate what's going on. I think they're going to all of a sudden go, he had 14 strikeouts, you know, because it gets lost in that a no-hitter's being thrown against you.
The 0-2 pitch. He just stays alive as he taps the curve. We mentioned over the last couple of weeks the record for strikeouts in a game by a Phillies pitcher is 17 by Art Mahaffey.
If Schilling had 16 and Carlton had 16.
The 0-2 again. Called strike 3. 15 strikeouts for Lee.
A lot of called third strikes. And their strike, the only guy, I think Prado's been the only one that really complained on a called third.
I have 7 of the 15 are called third strikes.
See, that's really unusual to hear that many called thirds, but that pitch is right down the middle. And, you know, he can't pull the trigger on it. Well, he's looking for something else. I don't know. But to hear 7 called thirds and not to see a lot of complaining it's another thing where you go, what?
Well, Chipper Jones not wasting any time. He fouls the first pitch off.
Well, that's how they ambushed him in that inning when they got the 3, swinging at the first pitch.
We've had a 14 strikeout game this year by Halladay, a 12 strikeout game by Lee, now a 15 strikeout game by Lee. The 0-1.
And they're 1-1 in them.
Yeah.
with a chance to be 1-2 if they don't pick it up in this one. That's a great game.
Now there's Derek Lowe, who's been wandering off that first base pad after getting a base hit to start the inning, and Chipper Jones hits it to right, and Lowe will go to second. He'll stop there.
Here you come with McCann up in the RBI situation. He's going to want to swing.
Oh, these lucky fans are tonight's Citizen 7. They will each receive a prize pack courtesy of Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank with the most 7-day branches in the Philadelphia area. To find a branch near you, visit citizensbank.com.
We'll set Ed Ryan out there and he can start passing that stuff out.
It would be funny if he just popped up right there in that crowd.
We may have given him an idea.
He does like the camera.
Oh, yeah.
The pitch to McCann. A cutter that he checked on. They go on appeal. Thought that was a strike even on the call.
Yeah. And there it was. It was surprising he didn't swing at it, but he started to.
One the count. Lowe's on second. Jones is on first.
And they'll be very careful trying to score Derek Lowe on a base hit here. Did McCann break his bat on that double last time? It sounded like.
You know, I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, because I was sitting out in the press box and it just sounded like he broke his bat. And it was like Lee looked at him like, you got to be kidding me.
I know he definitely didn't break his bat on his double left center field.
No, he crushed that.
Second time up. 2-1 the count to McCann.
Big spot in this game. Oof.
It's tough to get greedy when you have 15 strikeouts, but
just missed the corner there. You know, he doesn't have to. You know, I don't know. He doesn't want to necessarily have Ugly with the bases loaded, but you don't have to give in now. You have a base open. Third base is open.
Schneider goes through the signs again, and now McCann steps out.
You can see they want to make a pitch here, but they don't want to throw a strike here.
3-1 pitch. Popped up foul. Polanco gives it a look. It's out of play.
Good job, because they came inside. After everything had been away, they came inside and made him fight off a tough pitch.
Lee trying to get through this seventh. He has 15 strikeouts.
Crowd getting into it a little bit now. It's been tough for him tonight with nothing going on. They want to get into it.
The runners will be off with the count 3-2 and 2 outs. There they go. The payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. 16 strikeouts tonight for Cliff Lee. Brian McCann goes down swinging. The Braves lead 2. A 16 strikeout performance by Cliff Lee. There's number 16. Now the Phils try to get some offense rolling. trivia quiz answer. Wheels, name the 2 hitters that are numbers 1 and 2 on the list for most home runs hit by a switch hitter.
First one is the Mick, of course.
Mickey Mantle would be correct at 536.
And Eddie Murray.
And Eddie Murray would be second at 504.
Chipper's closing in.
Chipper is closing in. Log back on to Phillies.com to find out if you're the winner of a Phillies prize pack. Thanks for playing Dodge Stump the Fans. All right, the Braves have bullpen action. There's Chipper, who is, I don't want to say winding down his Hall of Fame career.
Right.
But
he is. Could be.
Eric O'Flaherty is warming up. And the first pitch to Victorino is taken upstairs. It's 1-0.
Listen something here that they have the bullpen on. The Phillies don't. The Braves have a pitcher with a no-hitter, and they're winning. This is bizarre tonight.
Well, he keeps, I don't know if there's anything that is lingering with Lowe, but he keeps shaking out his right foot after every pitch. I don't know if he's got some kind of turf toe or if he's got a cramp going.
Yep. Well, that could be it. Yeah, that's a great point. So they're going to make sure there's somebody. They're going to make sure somebody's up in case he, if they give up if he gives up a hit, they may get him out of there.
Foul ball, and it's 1-2.
Victorino just had a strike called on him that he thought was outside.
So he swung at an outside pitch.
Sure, you have to protect that. I mean, it's a pitcher's umpire back there tonight. There's something bothering him. He's gutting it out right now.
Now the 1-2 to Victorino. Grounder foul.
There he goes again.
Yeah, now he's limping even more.
Yeah, there's something wrong with Derek Lowe. I wonder if he did it when he was hitting.
Now, I noticed it a couple of innings ago.
Okay. There you go again. I'll watch him come skipping off the mound. It's like he can't put any weight on his foot.
Down and away, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Doing a Kirk Gibson in a no-hitter.
Braves athletic trainer. Keeping an eye on him, you think. And it's 3-2.
Well, he's run 3 ball counts here tonight. Threw a 2-2 change up there to Shane. Charlie saying, let's get a base run.
Line drive, base hit it to left field. The first hit of the night for the Phillies, and it comes to lead off the bottom of the 7th.
Good job by Shane. It's outstanding at bat, and he got a high sinker and just nailed it to left.
And now Lowe limping behind the mound.
Yeah, they're really concerned. They're going to get on the phone right now and see if O'Flaherty's ready. And they may give him Polanco, but O'Flaherty's up for Howard. There it is, a high sinker. Maybe it was a cutter. I think it was a sinker, and it just stayed up. And a nice job. You see Derek Lowe is a great competitor. Upset there.
So Polanco is the batter with a runner aboard. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th. Phillies trail at 3-0. And he fouls the first pitch back. O'Flaherty, one of a couple of lefties in the bullpen for the Braves. In fact, they have 3 lefties in the bullpen.
3, yeah.
George Sherrill, Johnny Venters.
All kind of different, too.
Venters is the late inning guy.
Well, Venters is a flamethrower, like Kimbrel, the closer.
Throw over to first, and Victorino's back. Jay McLaughlin is telling us that Cliff Lee's 16 strikeouts is the season high in the majors. On the outside corner, 0-2 to Polanco.
They just moved Mather, the right fielder, in a couple steps with Polanco down to the count 0-2. Figuring he'll be defensive, and they don't want him to loop one in front of him. See where he is right there. He came in 2-3 steps with the 0-2 count. There's the point right there. He got jammed, but you're more of a defensive hitter, obviously, with 2 strikes on you. That's his offside. They figure he's not going to hit it over his head, and they don't want him to bloop one in front and then bring Ryan Howard up as a tying run. So that's one of those playing the count situations.
You surprised that they didn't go get him yet?
Yeah, but I think he's got one more hitter.
J.C. Romero's warming up for the Phillies. He lays off. That was a tough pitch to lay off. Yeah, he's in a lot of pain. I mean, he's gutting something out now.
It's his right foot. It looks like her ankle. It's not his landing. It's the back foot.
Still, he's not able to push off the way you would think.
Right.
Still has only allowed one hit.
He's still thrown over to first. Well, I don't think anybody has ever questioned Derek Lowe's competitiveness. This guy is a gamer and a battler and always has been.
1-2 the count to Polanco. Whacks it foul. Looks like he got that off his foot.
You could hear the thump. Guys are limping all over the place.
95 pitches for Lowe.
That one really got Polanco. He's taking a long time to come back, and he's still behind home plate. You look at the bullpens. Hear the thump, and it goes right off that back foot, right off the toes.
Scott Sheridan's going to come out and talk to Polanco because it looks like he's not getting rid of the pain. And while he does that, Freddie Gonzalez and the Braves athletic trainer will go out to talk to Derek Lowe.
Yeah, they're going to wave this trip to the mound off too.
Charlie Manuel now will go out and join the conversation behind the plate. What the heck's going on tonight?
I don't know. We got trainers all over the place on the field, and that's never, no offense to the trainers who do a great job, but that's not a good sign. They like to stay in the dugout. There you go. Trainer left, trainer right.
Well, Polanco's going to stay in. Let's see what Lowe and the Braves decide. I think his decision is to stay in, and it is. There's Scott Sheridan peeking back to make sure everything's okay with Polanco. One and two the count. Quick toss over.
Braves trainers a long time. Their longtime guy Jeff Porter, who was just out there with Derek Lowe.
And a swing and a miss. Nope, he got a piece of it, and he fouled it off. And Gonzalez was hopping up out of the dugout.
He's going to make a pitching change.
No, I don't think he's going to do it now. I think he would have if it was a strikeout.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. He was jumping out of the dugout to go make a pitching change because he thought that was an out.
So this is it for Lowe, as we imagined it would be.
And he made well, that would have been the first trip out anyway, because that last one was waved off and the trainer went out there with him.
Phillies trailing 3-0 here in the bottom of the seventh. In the air to center field. McLeod on the run. He's not going to get there. It's over his head and a one-hop into the bushes, and that's a break for the Braves. Victorino would have scored. He'll be stopped at third because of the ground rule double, and the Phillies have second and third with nobody out. And that's it for Derek Lowe. That ball really carried.
Well, we talked about at the beginning of the game tonight, Tom, watching batting practice. It was a shooting gallery out here tonight. It hit out there on the warning track, jumped up and just missed, hitting the corner of the wall out there, which would have been maybe a triple for Placido Polanco, who looks like he's going to leave the game right now.
Polanco was safe and secure at second, safe and secure with New York Life. He will limp off the field. Valdez will head out to second. Lowe will limp off the mound. O'Flaherty will head on to the hill. We've got a pitching change, a base runner change. This is an AT&T call to the bullpen with the Phils down 3-0. Park. What a night this has been. Cliff Lee has struck out 16, but he trails it 3-0. Derek Lowe had a no-hitter as we began the 7th, but back-to-back hits by the Phillies and an apparent injury to Lowe has sent him to the showers. Eric O'Flaherty will take over with runners on second and third. Victorino's on third. It's Valdez who's now pinch running for Polanco at second. And Ryan Howard is the batter against O'Flaherty. And the first pitch to Howard. Inside and low, 1-0. Now, they play Howard to pull, but they play the infield back. Ugla is back in shallow right. Gonzalez is shaded toward the middle. So not the drastic overshift that you usually see when there's nobody on.
Yeah, with a left-handed pitcher out there, they're going to take a chance with Gonzalez up the middle. Ryan Howard knows right now, even if he makes an out, he needs to pull the ball to get a run in and get one over. Maybe get that one in and make it a one-run game with 2 at-bats left.
Yeah, there's nobody else loosening up in the pen for the Braves. That's because after Francisco, it's Ibanez, another lefty.
It's really a key at-bat because you can make an out here and do a good thing for your team. But if you make an out by striking out, doesn't help.
Howard does not have a homer against a left-handed pitcher. 1-1 the count. The pitch to him. And it's 1-2. He's 1 for 8 against O'Flaherty with 3 strikeouts.
Had a fastball to hit there too. O'Flaherty 190 against left-handed hitters. One of the strengths for the Braves, you know, they've done this 2 years in a row, and you can't tell anybody that it isn't for the Phillies either to have 3 left-handed pitchers in the bullpen.
Absolutely. There was some thought a couple of years ago that it was for the Phillies and the Mets because the Mets had Delgado. They had Beltran, who you want to move to the right side of the plate. They had Reyes, who you want to move to the right side of the plate.
Yeah.
But it's really for the Phillies now more than anybody else. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count to Howard with 2 in scoring position. 3-2.
Throw him a lot of fastballs. Well, you wonder if he'd go 3-2 breaking ball here. And that's his strikeout pitch, and that's what he wants.
And he got him. He went fastball, and Howard is down on strikes for the second time tonight. 1 out with 2 in scoring position.
He kept throwing him fastballs. There's another one. In 2 and just threw it by him. So that's the one thing they did not want there is a strikeout, because we mentioned an out to the right side. Good things happen.
So O'Flaherty will stay in the game with nobody warming up in the pen to face Ben Francisco. Francisco 0 for 1 against O'Flaherty with a strikeout. But this is a good matchup for the Phillies. Righty against left-handed pitcher. Runners on second and third with 1 out. Inside, 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, yeah, right-handed hitters against O'Flaherty a little bit different. 231 and career 283.
Chopper up the third base line. A run's going to come home if it stays fair, and it rolls foul. Boy, everybody would have been safe too if that stayed fair.
Good job by Chipper Jones there. Boy, they'd have gotten a lot out of that. Getting a run, get another one over there. That thing just had too much hook spin on it. And Jones laughing about it like, well, what else was I going to do? Here it is, and it's hooking, and then it just kicks foul by plenty.
Phillies trying to break through here in the bottom of the 7th. The runners lead off. And now it's 1-2 to Francisco.
You don't need a home run right now. You're getting home run swings out of the last 2 hitters in a situation where it's nice but not necessary. It's a 7th inning.
Back-to-back strikeouts for O'Flaherty. Came with a breaking ball to Francisco. 2 outs. Well, Freddie Gonzalez made the switch because Derek Lowe had a no-hitter going into the 7th. Was winded down and it looked like he had injured himself.
To a breaking ball there, as Tom said, after a lot of fastballs and just poor situation hitting in the 7th.
So now the Phillies with 2 outs will lean on Ibanez, a left-handed hitter against O'Flaherty. Mentioned Derek Lowe. Derek Lowe had a no-hitter into the 7th before Victorino singled. And a double by Polanco. And now O'Flaherty picked up for Lowe. Has struck out the last 2 hitters. Meanwhile, Cliff Lee for the Phillies has struck out 16. The 9-inning record is 17 by Art Mahaffey. The extra inning record is Chris Short's 18. And a foul tip into the glove of McCann by Ibanez, and it's 0-1. To the count. Again, it's Victorino at third and Valdez, who came in to pinch run for Polanco at second. The 0-2. Outside, he lays off 1-2.
Outside. We really could see it. I mean, the pitch was outside, but you don't know tonight. Over there, they're saying, well, 1 high and 1 low, and McCann jumps out of there, but that pitch is outside. Look where he catches it, and then he tried to pull it back.
Scott Barry, the home plate umpire, has had an outside strike zone tonight, outside corner strike zone.
I mean, it's not where he catches it, but he didn't cross the front of home plate as a strike.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. He got him. Eric O'Flaherty, after the first 2 batters got aboard against Derek Lowe, comes back and strikes out the next 3 Phillies. We've played 7. We go to the 8th. The Phillies down 3-0. #1-800-JEF-NOW. By WB Mason. Who bought WB Mason for amazingly low office product prices? And by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. Wilson Valdez stays in the ballgame to play third for the Phillies. He came on the pinch run for the injured Placido Polanco. Cliff Lee's night is done after 7 innings and 16 strikeouts. Amazing. And he'll give way to J.C. Romero in his 9th ball game. J.C. just off the disabled list after a calf injury.
1 walk, and he walked Eric Lowe, right?
Yep. Walked the pitcher back in the 4th. Just to put it in perspective, he had 16 strikeouts, 16 of the 21 outs he recorded. That's like a Little League game. 16 of the 21 outs recorded were on strikeouts.
And they got those 3 runs in a blink of an eye. And they've held out, and the Phillies had a shot at them last inning and not able to get anything. Of course, helped by that ground rule double, because that would have scored a run and maybe
Absolutely.
had Polanco at third, even though he wasn't running well.
So Ugla will lead it off. He's 1 for 3. Grounds the first ball to shortstop. Rollins has time and just throws Ugla out. Ugla was hustling up that first base line. Cincinnati Reds will be here for their only visit during the regular season. Monday, May 23rd. It's the start of a 4-game series. That first night is a Hatfield Dollar Dog Night at the ballpark. Game 2 features the Roy Oswald Bobble figurine. Compliments of Toyota. That's free to all fans. And the final game is the Citizens Bank Business Person Special and a Model Sporting Goods Senior Stroll the Bases. Freddie Freeman is the hitter. Takes a breaking ball from Romero. Tonight, Wheels, is Teacher Appreciation Night here at the ballpark. Some of the fine teachers in the Delaware Valley were honored before the ball game. And Romero throws out Freeman for the second out.
Everybody has a favorite teacher, right?
Yep.
Think about. And I have one, and a gentleman who still watches the games and sends letters once in a while, Dr. William Capriati from Marple Newtown High School, my English teacher, and just a great man, and still hear from him, Dr. Capriati.
Yeah, Brad Lidge's history teacher from high school was honored and before the ball game and brought in from the Denver area to be recognized before the ball game. I asked Brad about his history teacher, and he said that he was teaching college level history to him and his fellow classmates in high school. So they really inspired him to fall in love with history, and still loves history to this day.
Love that subject too.
1 ball and 1 strike the count to Joe Mather.
Their 8th inning guy, Johnny Venters, another lefty, is up firing in the bullpen. So O'Flaherty, what a job he did.
Little number foul. Yeah, we mentioned before, Derek Lowe, who had a no-hitter into the 7th, he did something, I don't know if it was before the game, but it was certainly during the game. Around the 4th or 5th inning, we noticed that he was shaking out his right foot. But even though he was having some issues on the mound, he didn't allow a hit until the 7th. And the Phillies have just 2 hits.
How about a pitcher who's had a year? He's pitched 2 games. He struck out 28.
Yeah.
And his team hasn't scored for him in those 2 games. That's amazing. That's what's happened with Cliff Lee this year. 2 games, 28 punch outs, no runs.
Two and 2 the count to Mather. Swing and a miss. He got him. On a night of strikeouts, J.C. Romero gets his first. 17 strikeouts for Phillies pitching. 16 for Lee, 1 for J.C. Well, when they come to town beginning Monday, June 6th, if he still has a hitting streak, well, then it'll be history in the making. It's a 3-game series between the Phillies and the Dodgers. That first game is a Hatfield Dollar Dog Night. All 3 games are night games. Limited tickets remain. You can go to Phillies.com to purchase your tickets today. A couple of changes for the Braves. Jason Hayward will take over in right field. So Hayward will bat in the number 9 spot. And Johnny Venters is the new pitcher for the Braves.
More strikeouts and innings pitched, so they could keep on coming. A lot of strikeouts in this game, as Tom was saying.
Michael Martinez pinch hits for Pete Orr.
And the guy that closes for them, he's a strikeout pitcher, Kimbrel.
Outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Martinez hitting 176. And he wraps that one right off his foot. Danny Baez throwing in the pen. The Phillies are down tonight in the pen because Kyle Kendrick is preparing for tomorrow's start. And Vance Worley will be in the bullpen tomorrow. Today was supposed to be his side day. He didn't throw that side day. But Rich Doobie said they'd like to stay away from Worley tonight. Martinez, a swing and the miss. That ball got away from McCann. Martinez didn't run right away. It's a good play by Freeman to dig it out. So 2-3 on the putout. 4 straight outs recorded by the Braves bullpen.
Well, there's some whiffing going on here tonight.
Yeah, on strikeouts. Yeah, that's 8 strikeouts for Braves pitching. Couple that with the 17 strikeouts that the Phillies pitchers have. It's a 25 strikeout night. So Jay McLaughlin's had a busy night tonight in the in-house PA. He's told us about all the strikeout records and this and that. He just let us know that Placido Polanco fouled the ball off his right big toe, and he has a contusion, but the x-rays were negative. Does all those updates without a script.
Yeah, he does a good job, Jay. He's got a lot of work tonight.
Foul ball back toward the Hall of Fame club, and 1-2. And the Marlins have tied up the Nationals 2 apiece, as that game's now in the top of the 8th down in South Florida.
Hairston was glad to get out of here. He had a tough series.
Look out.
It's one of those ones that say, well, take one for the club, and that's easy to say. 94 right at you.
Another strikeout. So Schneider's down swinging. So the Braves bullpen now with 5 strikeouts against 5 batters faced. And there are 2 outs. John Mayberry.
This is a breaking ball for Venters, who has a tremendous fastball and nasty slider there with 2 strikes on it.
Mayberry overall hitting .306. He has a home run and 4 RBIs. Started last night's game against the Nationals.
96 on that one. Often managers like to bring out a bullpen more than strikeouts.
Hit toward third. Chipper Jones stays down at it on the glove side and throws out Mayberry, and the side is retired. So the Phillies go down in order here in the 8th. We've completed 8. We head to the 9th there at Citizens Bank Park with the Braves up 3. Dan Uggla has the best play defensively tonight of anybody.
Yeah, that looked like a huge play as the game went along, and Derek Lowe kept working on that no-hitter. You thought, ooh, that's the one you're going to look back to maybe, as Uggla made a tremendous play to his right on that ball hit by Pete Orr and threw him out for our Home Depot defensive play of the game.
Home Depot doing more on defense. Speaking of second base, Michael Martinez takes over at second after pinch hitting for Pete Orr. Danny Baez takes over on the mound. So just to recap tonight, Derek Lowe had a no-hitter into the 7th, despite the fact that it looked like he was pitching with some kind of an injury to his right leg, right foot. We're not sure. Nothing's been reported. Shane Victorino broke up the no-hitter as Craig Kimbrell starts to fire in the pen for the Braves. Cliff Lee struck out 16 for the Phillies, tied for the second most in a 9-inning game.
Gave up 3 runs in about 3 minutes as they kept hitting in the first pitch in that 1 inning and scoring runs. It was been a very bizarre game, and it's not over yet.
Nate McLouth swings at the first pitch from Baez. Martinez throws him out by a step. Good play, charging, 1 away. And Jason Hayward will hit for the first time. Hayward's numbers: 233, 7 homers, 14 RBIs. He had missed only 1 game over his last 23, so that's why they decided to give him tonight off. Said last year he would have fought it, but he's a year older, a little more mature, so that's why he took the exclusion of the starting lineup in stride tonight.
Had a left-handed pitcher going out there in Cliff Lee, and that's another reason why they probably decided to do it tonight.
2-0 pitch. Hit hard.
You get the feeling for Terry Pendleton where he is that he thinks Hayward pulls it and he wants to stay back. Terry Pendleton is. Now you see him. Now watch where he is. That's a coach deciding he's going to take advantage of the fact there's nobody on first, and I got me a pull hitter up there. That's a smart guy.
By rule, you're supposed to stay in that coach's box, but he's extended the coach's box.
That's a long way to that coach's box. There's a former MVP in the league.
Breaking ball inside and low, 3-2 to Hayward. Prado's on deck because Hayward's batting in the pitcher spot. And he shoots it right through the hole on the left side. Sounded like he may have broken his bat too. So the 10th hit of the night for the Braves. Hey, tonight on Phillies Clubhouse, an exclusive with Wilson Valdez, and he kept his big league dreams alive. All this and more on Phillies Clubhouse, presented by Ransom Cat, tonight at 10:30 after postgame live right here on the Comcast Network. Wilson Valdez, who was a heck of a hitter in the minor leagues for the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. Wasn't sure if he would make it to the big leagues consistently. Well, he did, and was a huge asset last year for the Phillies as he played in 111 games.
He certainly played a lot this year too.
Prado takes a strike, and it's 0-1.
Going to guard the line with Prado right now with Wilson Valdez. Huge hole on the left side. They're just trying to stay away from an extra base hit here to give up another run. Potentially give up another run or get a second and third.
Runner goes, pitch is taken for a strike, the throw to second on one hop, and he is safe at second. Second stolen base for Hayward.
Hayward got a great jump. Baez is not real fast to home plate. Brian Schneider tried to quick release it. Nice play here by Martinez to grab that short hop and then try to get the tag down, but not able to do it. Good call.
Line drive, base hit to left. Rounding third, heading for home is Hayward. The throw to the plate by Ibanez on one hop, and it's off the chest protector of Schneider, and it's 4-0 Atlanta. Single RBI, and Prado goes to second on the throw. So an insurance run for the Braves.
Had a shot at him, but kind of short hop Brian Schneider at about the same time that Hayward's getting there. Here comes Ibanez being waved around all the way. Now watch the throw. See, short hop right there, and he's trying to catch it and then wheel and make the tag at the same time, and not able to do it.
Not sure where Wilson Valdez was supposed to be, but he was standing on the third base bag. I say that because he's usually the cutoff man on that play. Now they probably would have let the throw go anyway because they had a play at the plate.
Oh yeah, that was a strong throw and it was on line. That's not one you want to cut off, especially at this point in the game when you're trying to keep a runner away from home plate.
One away for Gonzalez, a runner at second. Down and away, 1 ball, no strikes.
But Hayward just showed his tremendous athleticism there. Big guy like that, steals second, and then they wave him home. What you can do right now, you know, just try and get through this without any more damage. And boy, what a job he did tonight. Strange game for Cliff Lee.
16 strikeouts. He left trailing 3-0. Again toward the hole. Rollins can't get to it. Prado's around third, heading for home. The throw cut off by Valdez, and they've got Gonzalez caught in a rundown, and Martinez tracked him down. A run scores. It's 5-0 Atlanta. And there are 2 outs.
You know, that's when you do cut off, and a good job by Valdez to cut that one off because that run's going to score. And you know, you get the out at second, but you know, 2 big runs on a couple of C&I hits in the hole left. They may sit. Well, we'll see what they do with Kimber, whether they sit him down or not.
Well, he's been firing out there.
Yeah, they may just use him since he's warmed up. Here it is now. Now here's the cutoff. See, Valdez, the cutoff guy, he knows there's no shot at home, so cut it off, and then maybe you get a rundown.
Chipper Jones, the batter, with 2 outs.
There are times in a game where a runner will intentionally try to get the infielder's attention to make him cut it off so that he'll get in the rundown and the run scores. That wasn't necessarily one of those times.
But it wasn't, if you're the Braves, a bad thing.
Yeah.
Just to assure it.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad thing, but, you know, wasn't necessary. Because that run was going to score anyway, and Gonzalez should have just stayed at first.
One-two pitch to Chipper Jones. Breaking ball and a call. Strike 3. Another strikeout for the Phil's pitchers. That's 18 strikeouts for Phil's pitching tonight, but the Braves scored 2 more. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Out to be an odd night. Cliff Lee, a career-high 16 strikeouts in this ball game, one after another. He got everybody in the starting lineup at least once for the Atlanta Braves. That's because Brian McCann went down at the end of Lee's outing. That's number 8. That's number 9. The only problem for Lee is that he allowed 3 runs in the 3rd. And the Phillies offense quieted by Derek Lowe, who had a no-hitter through 6. That's number 14. There's 15. And here you go, folks. Brian McCann, number 16. But Derek Lowe was, well, he was in command tonight, Wills.
He was. A little cutter there. They got a strikeout on Placido Polanco. Used his changeup really, really well to the left-handed hitters. He was laboring, though, with something that appeared to be wrong with his right foot. And there's Polanco. Now that ball right there is so close to hitting the corner of that fence. If it had, a run would have scored as Lowe limped off. And Polanco probably would have been the 3rd, one to big.
So Jimmy Rollins will lead it off against Craig Kimbrell. Rollins tonight 0 for 3. Phillies' top 2 hitters against the Nationals really capitalized. They had 10 hits and 24 at bats. Tonight they're 1 for 6. 2-0 the count. Craig Kimbrell this year, 19 strikeouts and 13 2/3. He has blown 2 saves.
Yeah, he's another big arm guy. Tremendous stats. Not a save situation. So he's not a big guy, but he's got a decent changeup, breaking ball. But more than anything, he's just got some gas. Kind of a short arm delivery. The ball just jumps out of his hand. Saw him last year at the end of the year, and of course Wagner was still their closer at the time, and they were using Kimbrell as the heir apparent.
2-2 the count and the pitch. Jimmy fouls it off, and it remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Braves 5, Phillies nothing. On the Toyota Major League scoreboard, St. Louis shutting out Milwaukee 6-0. Jaime Garcia, a no-hitter through 6. Brewers lost 4 straight in Atlanta. Boy, it'd be nice to get a base runner or 2 just to put a little pressure on Kimbrell and the Braves. As Wheels mentioned, it's a non-save situation, but he was already warming up when it was a save situation.
And that's why they decided to use him, probably because he had a lather out there, and they might as well put him in the game. He threw something off speed there. 3-2 he did. He threw a breaking ball. Kind of surprising. A 5-run lead. I guess Jimmy keeps fouling him off. They thought he had him timed a little bit, and they decided to go that way.
The 3-2. Fouls it off again.
That section over there off to our left is getting some action.
Yeah. They tried to catch one of the foul balls. It was a screamer. That one was not hit as hard. Well, Jimmy's battling here. That's 10 pitches for Kimbrell. He's seen enough of them.
Well, you would think the guy just be out there pumping fastballs right now with a 5-run lead. For the most part, he is.
Ball 4, and the Phillies have the base runner here in the bottom of the 9th.
That's a really good at bat by Jimmy Rollins. All those foul balls and get on base.
Now remember, Victorino's up here. Polanco, his spot is being housed by Wilson Valdez. And he's on deck. That's because Polanco left after fouling a ball off his right foot and doubling his last time up.
And you would think Wilson Valdez has to hit even though Glow's available because they don't have any more infielders. And it's not the tying run anyway because of the 2 runs given up in the top of the inning.
Pop up, shallow left. Gonzalez is out. Still backpedaling, makes the catch. And there's one away.
Well, he was waiting to get called off on that. He's having a conversation right now with Prado. See them talking about it. That's definitely a left fielder's ball. You know, the infielder's going to go as far as he can go, and then when he hears the outfielder call him off, then he peels off. And that was a really long way for Gonzalez to go for that pop up.
Well, Prado, this is his first year playing left field full time. He played in winter ball, but there's probably still certain nuances that repetition will take care of.
You had to figure Gonzalez had kept waiting to hear I got it.
Valdez hitting .250 this year. No homers, 7 runs batted in. On the outside corner, 1-1. Backed away from that curveball, and it dropped over the inside part of the plate. And now it's 1-2.
That's terrible.
Another breaking ball, swing and bunt to the left of the mound. Tough play. Jones barehands, throws, and he gets Valdez. That was a heck of a play.
The guy's always been a good third baseman, no doubt about it. You know, he's just had his injury problems the last few years. You know, Chipper Jones, when healthy, still a real good player.
He's got that mohawk going. I noticed that before.
There it is. Nice job with the bare hand at Thompson. The guy at first base, Freeman, they say he's really good. He can pick them. So you can, as an infielder, you can make your play, and if you have to throw it in the dirt, you throw it in the dirt, and that guy will pick it for you.
2 outs. Ryan Howard's the batter. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Had a big at bat his last time up and struck out. And he takes the breaking ball low. 1 ball, no strikes. He was up with second and third and nobody out against Eric O'Flaherty. Ran the count to 3-2. Got a fastball, and he got a number of them.
That's really the key at bat in the game for the Phillies.
Rollins will take off. McCann will let him go. Two and 0 the count. The pitch to Howard. Low, ball 3. Howard gets on. Those 2 runs that the Braves scored in the top of the 9th are even bigger. As it was still 3-0, then Francisco could be the tying run. Instead, the Phillies will need to get a couple more base runners. So 3-2 the count. Game 1 of this 3-game series. The Braves lead it 5-0. The 3-2 pitch to Howard. And he fouls it away into the Hall of Fame club. Or just below it. And it remains 3-2. Tomorrow, Kyle Kendrick will pitch for the Phillies. He'll be opposed by rookie Julio Teheran.
He's a big-time prospect for the Braves.
The 3-2 again. Swing and a miss. He got him. And on a night where Cliff Lee struck out 16, Craig Kimbrell comes out and picks up 1 strikeout here in the 9th inning to finish off the Phillies and Ryan Howard. The Braves take game 1 of this 3-game series as they win it by a final of 5-0. The Braves pitchers, Derek Lowe, Eric O'Flaherty, Johnny Venters, Craig Kimbrell, combined on the 2-hit shutout. They had 10 strikeouts tonight against